travelers? Welcome back to everyone's favorite show, the Arizona Show. Today we're starting a little adventure up to Page and Lake Powell, so come along for the ride.
My tongue is sealed within my mouth. These certain words, they can't come out. These thoughts are walking on their own, dancing around with no control. I know what I did to you was wrong, hence why I've kept it for this long.
It literally looks like someone has taken a paintbrush across the landscape and just drawn on the canvas. It's insane out here. It's awesome.
Swept away, that's the truth. Soaked up in my brain. Don't know what to say. Something about you, boy. You soak up half
this
my brain.
This drive is fire. I just passed the entrance for Horseshoe Bend, and well, I'm not gonna doubt its beauty. I was gonna wait in that line for a photo op. Like I said, it's probably beautiful, but I don't feel like wasting a half hour in line and another hour or whatever just for the photo op. Not my cup of tea. Besides, it's been a beautiful drive anyway. Welcome to Page. Page is home to Glen Canyon, the Glen Canyon Dam, Horseshoe Bend, and also Lake Powell, which is what we're here for. As it's been well documented on this channel before, I like lakes. Roll the tape. As you can see, I like lakes. This is your official welcome to Lake Powell. They call this spot the Chains, and I'm not exactly sure why, but I guess there's only one way to find out. I hope this isn't one big long-winded strikeout, because it looks like we got a lot of ways to go down still and not a whole lot of frontage left. I stand corrected. We're good. Alright everybody, so the reason you're seeing this clip is because things did not exactly go to plan. Although the Chains was pretty cool, it did not have cliff jumping. I'm going to go ahead and go find something to eat and then find a place to crash for the night, do a little research, and then get back at it tomorrow. Let's go ahead and make it happen. I'm out here looking for campsites, and I know the power lines are in the shot, but look at how beautiful the light is on these rocks. You know what, just because of that, even though it has the power lines, if I can get my car in this right here, that's camp. Just for that view. Unless the jabronis over there run me out of town. I'll show you the campsite here in a second, but look at these jabronis. They got someone on the back of the side-by-side right there, whatever you want to call that thing. There's someone hanging on the back of it. Like, just, that is insane. Turn around, people. I need you to get closer so that I can show the people. Look at these jabronis. Look at them. I guess nobody told them that this is Lake Powell and not Talladega. But, I mean, they can have it. They're having a good time. Just as long as they're safe and keep their good time over there, we'll be in good shape. Oh, and here's the campsite, by the way. I not got it set up yet, but yeah, we're here. So I got over this little bump thing. Dad, don't. It's not that big, because I promise. Yeah, campsite. Yeah, let's get this campsite set up or something. Yeah. Why am I talking like there's people here? Alrighty, kids, let me teach you a little something real quick. So you've got two types of steaks. You've got tent steaks and you've got bent steaks. Yeah, that sounded about as dumb as I thought it would. Bad idea. Bad idea. Looking just like home in here. Perfect. Now you may be asking, why no sleeping bag? Well, because it's almost June in the desert. We don't need a sleeping bag. This here is a segment of the video where, if you haven't already, you go and you grab yourself a nice cold beverage of choice, whatever it may be, and you sit back in your chair and you just enjoy. So we're gonna do that. I just recently finished my last journal, and instead of the old, journals from Walmart or whatever, I've had this one that my aunt gave me a long time ago, and I finally decided that this is the time to break it out. So, better late than never, I guess. It's a beautiful night out here in the desert tonight. I'm winding down, about to go to bed. Been hanging out, listening to the wind in the cars, and writing in my journal. And just reflecting. Over the past year and change, I've learned the value of reflection time, or whatever you want to call it. And it's something I don't want to say I never really processed before, but I didn't give it that much thought. And as I've gotten a little bit older, I've realized how important this time actually is to just reflect on things and go in your own mind and your own thoughts, or just watch what's going on around you. There are lots of things asking for our attention in our world today. Heck, I'm asking for it right now. That's why you clicked on this video, but I digress. And our minds are just not built for that, and it's not healthy to have that all the time. So it's important to give yourself reflection time, whether that's, like I said earlier, watching what's going on around you or thinking about stuff in your own head. It's important to have that. And you can do it at a variety of places. You know, you could go to somewhere you've been before, somewhere new. And a lot of it can come from just changing things up. You see, we build this normal in our minds, and a lot of the time we can get caught up in our routine, you know, this thing to this thing to this thing. Some people are less structured than others, but a lot of people need a routine. Gives their day structure, their life structure, whatever you want to call it. But where routines get us is we get locked into those routines. And sometimes we just got to change it up, you know, shift the dials a little bit. You know, you don't have to go far. Like I said, you could go somewhere you've been before or go somewhere new. Those distractions are not going to make you better. They might fill your time. They might cause you to be not bored. But are they really good for you? When was the last time that you went on the internet just to go on the internet and you felt good about what you watched or what you did? Think about it. That's all I got. Thank you, Christmas lights, for the light diffusion. I left those in my car by accident. I'm going to bed. Good morning, everyone. It's rather hot. All right, gang. Let's go find a place to go get in the water, because it's going to get real hot and we're going to need to cool off.
In the apple pie and the sharpshooter, I'm in the overtime like it's sharpshooter.
I just wanted to come to Utah for a hot second just to say that I was here. Okay, back to regular scheduled programming.
Overdrive like it's sharpshooter. I like the way you're moving. She's a real life, wow, what's she talking about? I think I love her. Yeah.
Alrighty, everyone, we've made it to the spot here. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to cliff jump here, but it's going to take a lot of hiking to see if we can get there. So let's go ahead and do it. This spot should be a score. I had it suggested to me by a local here, although they did say that if I wanted to get there on foot, I really had to want to get there. It'd be a lot easier with the boat. But I don't have one of those, so this is plan A. Plan B is renting a kayak, but I don't know how much those cost, and I don't really want to find out. Let's just see if we can get there on foot, and we'll go from there. It is difficult to get a bird's eye view here, but from what I'm seeing with the rock shelves, we're already looking a lot more promising today than yesterday. Update for y'all. No signs of any spots yet, but starting to see some more promising results in the frontage department. Either way, before that big wall up there is Antelope Canyon, and that's where some of the best spots should be. So if we don't find any spots before there, we'll find some in Antelope Canyon, definitely. So I think this is totally not allowed by NPS to camp here, but pretty bomb campsite if you ask me. If NPS is watching, I didn't say that. All right, so now we are getting somewhere. But these are no-goes with no clear defined way back up. Although, solid drop off, no gap. But with no way back up, no go. Update, I'm here walking away from the water now. Still on my way to Antelope Canyon, but the frontage just dropped off too quickly. There was no places to get back up. So I tabled it for later and we're just gonna go to Antelope. But I'm starting to understand why people boat to this thing. I'm too committed now. I mean, I can see the white rocks on the horizon. I'm too committed now, I gotta get there, but I think next time I'm renting a kayak. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Antelope Canyon. That's what we're sending today. Not in this spot, but we're sending it. Well, that's what I like to call a strikeout. Because this is it, and we aren't going down there. That does suck, but it was a great hike. It was good to see the sights, and look at this view behind me. If that's your view, well, maybe I have to change this from not a strikeout, because that's a great view. And we now know that for Lake Powell to truly explore it, we need some sort of watercraft. Now we know for next time. And to think, all that scrambling I was doing could have been avoided if I just walked up here on top. That would have been so nice. But that's not what adventure is about. Adventure is about the whole story, not just the easy parts. Do you see it? I see it. The camping mobile. We survived. Mostly. All right, new plan. And I feel like that's the theme of this video, is new plan every like 5 minutes. Now we're gonna go to Lone Rock Beach and hang out, and maybe later we'll do some research about how to get a kayak so we can go hit Antelope Canyon tomorrow, because that's something I want to do. And if it costs a lot, well, you know what, them torpedoes. So we're here. We're gonna do it. What's another 100? Quick pit stop on the way to Lone Rock. We gotta check out the Glen Canyon Dam. There she is through the chain linked fence. Glen Canyon Dam. And here is the other side for your viewing pleasure. You can see there's the two tunnels down there. There's one of them. And the other one is right here, just below me. You can kind of see it down there with water pooling out of it, or flowing out of it. And my oh my, that's a beautiful canyon. Here's a better view of the bridge from inside the visitor center. And there's the dam. The Glen Canyon Dam is a 710-foot tall dam that was constructed between 1956 and 1966. Originally, the dam was to be built as early as 1924, but plans changed due to the construction of the Hoover Dam downstream near Las Vegas. The dam was constructed as there was a need for more reservoirs for the population boom occurring downstream on the Colorado River. The main function of the dam in Lake Powell is to hold water for release in drier years and also to generate electricity for the vicinity. In more recent times, the dam has come under scrutiny for environmental concerns, citing water loss in Lake Powell due to evaporation and the effect on the ecology of the Grand Canyon. Environmental groups have called for its removal since the 1990s. Although its existence is controversial, the impact the dam has had on the surrounding area and in the Colorado River watershed as a whole, both positive and negative, is immense. That was a fantastic use of my time. Now it's off to Lone Rock. Welcome to Lone Rock Beach. Let's go get our beach on. One neat thing is that you can actually dry camp here, as you see some people doing over here on the beach, for $14 a night. And if I was more confident that my car could make it down here, I'd do it despite the price, because you know what's not to love about this other than sand everywhere, but not in my car. This is an actual proper beach. I stand surprised. I just swam to Lone Rock so you don't have to. Lone Rock, it's been fun, but I'm hungry. Let's go fix that. Okay, I'm sitting here and I can't explain this one. There's no rain. Now that's wild. Howdy, light travelers. You're seeing me in the tent. I tried to film in the evening, but it was too windy. Y'all couldn't hear me and the tripod kept blowing over. So that's why we're in the tent now. And thankfully the wind has calmed down, but it was a good night. I took a shower with the camping shower and put the shower tent up and down. Managed to do that in the wind. But anyways, I digress. I got some great plans for tomorrow, and I'm excited to take you guys along with me doing some stuff I've never really done here on this channel. But to get there, we got to go to sleep. So good night, everybody. See y'all in the morning. Good morning, everybody. We're breaking camp today, and I'm in a bit of a hurry, so I'm just gonna time lapse and show you guys. But just because of breaking camp doesn't mean our adventures are over. You see, I've got one last thing in store for y'all today, and it's gonna be something that I've never done before on this channel, and it's gonna be a great time. But I gotta get back to breaking camp because we gotta be there in 45 minutes, and it's 20 minutes away. Let's do it. Camp's all packed up. We got the adventure hat on. Let's hit the highway. No, we ain't just here for souvenirs. Let's go get our kayak. And after a little scare of thinking I lost my wallet, I got my kayak. Well, I don't have it with me. It's down at the marina, but we're gonna go get it. It was yellow. The light was yellow. It was not red. It was yellow. This one, however, is red. You too. All right, I've got everything I need. Let's get our life jacket and walk down there and go find our man and get our kayak. I don't think I'm touching that, but you know. Thanks for anyway. Taking a break from the paddle, but welcome to Antelope Canyon, everybody. This is not what you typically think of when you think of Antelope Canyon, but that's coming, don't worry. We got a little more paddling to do before we get there. Made it to the beach. Didn't take that long, about an hour and a half. And now we're gonna hike back up into Antelope Canyon. There's just these notches along the canyon walls right here. And I'm assuming this is where water comes down, but it just looks amazing. I found these really cool plants. I don't know what they are, but they look really cool. This would lead me to believe there's some seepage going on here, because here's some more. That's neat. Now we're starting to get more antelope-y, I guess. I mean, this is more commonly what you probably associate with Antelope Canyon, is it looking like a smaller version of this, but we're getting there. Now we're getting somewhere. There is no way I'm getting back there, but I think I see a cave. Just finished kayaking, working on getting my land legs back. That was incredible. I know I didn't show much of it, but I was too worried about dropping my stuff in the water, but that was awesome. So thank you to Connor and the people at Lake Powell Paddleboard and Kayak for making that happen. Y'all are amazing. But I am ready for a cold drink, something to eat that's not a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and a 4-hour drive. Whew, thankfully you were still on. I thought the power station was not gonna have enough juice. And the car says it's 100 degrees, and I believe every bit of it. Like I said, cold Dr. Pepper time. Cheers, everybody. Oh yeah. This is gonna sound random, but I'm driving and I'm listening to music on shuffle, and this song comes on called Pacific Coast Highway by the Hip Abduction. And what's funny is it's kind of a full circle moment, because originally with this little weekend that I had, I wanted to go somewhere else. I wanted to go out to Carmel Beach, and I've had ideas for the videos that I want to film out there for a long time, but in the end it just didn't work out. But I still wanted to go to the ocean and do ocean stuff and go to the beach, and it kind of worked out because I got to go to the beach. And the reason I mentioned the song is because that's the Pacific Coast Highway goes right through Carmel and Monterey. So it's kind of a full circle moment. And it's kind of random, but I just wanted to tell you all that. Came on on the shuffle. You already know what it is. Day after day, I'm more confused. And I look for the light in the pouring rain. You know that's a game that I hate to lose. Oh, give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. The spirit of adventure. That's probably a phrase you hear a lot in Subaru Outback and Ford Bronco commercials, or maybe as the title of some RV line out there. And while the spirit of adventure can be found in those things, it can be seen in places all across the land. From dirty windshields to dusty floorboards, on dents and doors and scratches that you don't get fixed because it gives it personality and adds to your story. The spirit of adventure can be seen in these things just as much as it can be seen in those car commercials and such. The spirit of adventure is in all of us, and although it takes different forms, it can be found in each and every one of our hearts. The spirit of adventure is not being afraid to try new things. Take the road less traveled or blaze a new trail. Some people take 1,000-mile road trips for the heck of it. Others move to cities where they don't know anybody or don't know anything about it, but they'll figure it out when they get there. That's the real spirit of adventure.